Obviously, you arrived here with a lead. Does that change anything at all in the way that you play out of the compared to you still expect to go out and play a match with?
Yeah, absolutely not. I think we've just got to approach the opponent in front of us. It's an honour to be in such a famous stadium and playing against the three-time champion of this tournament. So we know that it's going to be a tough game. We're preparing it to be a tough game, and we have the utmost respect for what we've got to do out there on the pitch tomorrow.
Charlie, for you, after you've had a chance to see the team play, what have you learned about the level that they play at? What do you do?
Yeah, they're an unbelievable team. Obviously, we know this game's going to be even harder. They'll have a few big boys coming back and do that. And again, in their stadium, the weather, the altitude, their fans. So we know it's a big task ahead. We know they're unbelievable on the break, the chaos they create. So, like Tommy said, we have the utmost respect and we're putting a game plan to try to mitigate that. And we'll go out and have some fun here in the stadium. So it should be a good battle here.
Bienvenidos a México. Mi nombre es Salvador González de TC Deportes. Para los dos, ¿qué tipo de partido deben de plantear para mantener la ventaja y avanzar en este estadio?
What tactics can we expect to prepare for the
I don't think I want to share that with you because you'll tell their coach.
No quiere decir mucho de lo que van a hacer porque no quiere que le digan su entrenador.
Listen, they are the favourites. We know that they will have a lot of the ball. We've got to be very, very organised without it. But we also know that we have players that can hurt them, as we've shown in the first leg. As long as we stay disciplined, we want to keep the game as close as we can.
Digo que obviamente son los favoritos ustedes, no Pumas, un equipo muy grande y muy respetado y hay que ser bien ordenado mañana, esperar y ver cómo van a aprender el partido Pumas y a jugar un poquito al favor.
Yeah, we're not a team that normally sits back and defends. That's not a style we normally do. We obviously, with the respect for this team, we'll have moments where we have to sit in and defend and be organized. But like Tommy said, we need to make sure we go and hurt them and do what we can offensively and make sure we get up the field and not get pinned back for the game. So, yeah, we're going to go out and push for that and really kind of impose our style as well. But it'll be a battle.
Dicen que en Canadá no están acostumbrados a defender mucho, ¿no? Que es un equipo que no busca atacar, pero obviamente como el rival tan poderoso y tan fuerte, hay que estar ordenados, hay que esperar bien, hay que ver cómo plantean el partido y tratar de atacar con criterio y hacerle daño a los campeones.
Sí, buenos días, para Deportiva, bienvenidos a México. ¿Qué significa para ustedes ser el primer equipo de la Liga Canadiense y ganarle a un equipo mexicano? ¿Cómo puede influir en lo anímico de todo?
He says that to the both of you. What does it mean to be the first Canadian team to be a Liga MX team, and how does this influence tomorrow's game?
I think it's a huge achievement in itself, especially given we're only 5 weeks into our pre-season. We're only 6 years old as a club. To be able to beat one of the most historic teams in Liga MX. But also we recognise the tie itself is not over. So we still have a game to play tomorrow, and we'll be preparing for that.
Dice que importantísimo para el fútbol canadiense, especialmente que el equipo solo ha estado entrenando 5 semanas y al ganarle a un equipo de tanta historia como Pumas es muy importante para el fútbol local en Canadá y nada, está inspirado para poder tener una buena presentación mañana.
Yeah, one of the missions of the club is to grow the game in Canada and keep driving that forward. And so for that purpose, this is an unbelievable achievement. It attracts young kids, it attracts fans and everything. It'll attract talent to the league. It'll help sell players. So I think it's a massive achievement for the growth of the game in Canada. at the same time, for us personally, we said last year we don't want to participate in this tournament anymore as a participant. We want to come here and challenge and push. And so we have belief in this group. We have a strong group that we brought back from last year. So, we're going into it, like we said, we have so much respect for this team, and it's such an incredible achievement. And now we get to go and stay in this tie and attempt to do it here again. So, it's a lot of fun as a group and growing this. So, personally and for the collective of the game, it's a huge achievement for us.
Sí, que por la misión del club, ¿no? Es, obviamente, en 5 años de existencia es inspirar a las generaciones, ¿no? Más jóvenes que nada, y importantísimo lo que han podido hacer en el primer partido, y ahora seguir adelante, y tienen muchos jugadores que están muy conectados, inspirados para poder hacer una buena presentación y darle apoyo al país de Canadá.
Hi, welcome to Mexico.
Thank you.
Hello, questions. Do you think tomorrow will be difficult? And we know that the team is bringing on that level of score.
Yeah, I think we expect a very difficult game. We're coming in what we would call the Lions' Den, but this is the home of the Pumas, and we know that this is their territory. We have to respect that. We have to respect the conditions and our opponent. So we know we cannot, as we would say in English, copy and paste the game plan that won last time. We have to find a new way to compete against the Pumas.
Yeah, of course. He said it all, I know, but it's going to be difficult for sure. Like Tommy said, we're coming here. We had the advantage a bit with the snow and the cold in Canada, and now we come here and it's hot, the altitude, the fans. So we know it's going to be a war. We know it's going to be a very, very tough game, but that's what you want as a player. So we're excited.
Thanks. Oh, question.
Question to you, John. You have a very tight group. You've been together for many years now. But when you go through a moment like that last Thursday, what does it do even more?
Yeah, like you said, again, this club is building an unbelievable culture. It's one of Tommy's big strengths, bringing this group together. And then from last season to this, as we win the playoffs last year, it's difficult to keep teams together. You know how it is in football. This is the most I've ever seen players returning. Normally, again, you get new opportunities and stuff like that. So it's special that we get to keep this group together. And then, like you said, anytime you go through success, challenges, difficult stuff like that, it just strengthens this group. And so it gives us more belief. It reinforces what we're trying to do, this mission. So it's a massive achievement for, like we said, the club, the league, but it just brings this group even closer together, which is dangerous.
Say the next year, Canadian coach will be this with a Canadian team is pretty unique. What does that say about him and your relationship to grow with him here in Mexico?
Yeah, again, I've been working with him since I was 12 years old, so I'm not surprised by it. Again, it's about time he gets all these accolades, and what I know what he's been building for. Again, it looks like an overnight success, but he's been doing this in Canada for over 20 years, so it's pretty special for us to get to do this together. But like I said, I'm not surprised by it, but it is unbelievable. And again, I dream of the game growing in this country and giving more and more opportunities to the next generation. And obviously he's a pivotal character in that. So, we go out and fight for him every day, and we know that the success just comes with that. And so it's pretty special.
Perfect. I'll now head over to Zoom. Mitchell, go ahead.
Thanks. Tommy, I know you've talked in the past about how even before probably played the first ever game as a club, one of your dreams was to bring the group down here to Mexico to compete in a CONCACAF match. Now that this is obviously coming to fruition, how special is this, and how, I guess, adding to that is the fact that you guys could make further history and go out and really have a shock result here and surprise some people.
Well, it's amazing. I believe in manifestation, and like Charlie touched on, we've talked about these things from when he was a youth player at Foothills about he was going to go away and build his professional career, and I was going to help try and grow it within Canada. And when the time was right, he came back and helped us win trophies. But it was 2008, and I went on holiday with my family, and it was with my oldest son that we were at the Barcelo in Cancun, and Tigres got off the bus. And I said to him, one day we'll play against an opponent like that. And today or tomorrow we get to do that. And I believe that you have to spend each day trying to work and build, and you cannot build bricks without clay. So a lot of work has been done to get to this moment. And I said we're honoured to be in this stadium. We're honoured to be playing against the Pumas, and then it's a chance to test ourselves yet again.
Perfect. Thank you. Neil, go ahead.
Thank you. Neil Davidson from the Canadian Press. Tommy, my question is for you about your forward, Tobias. You obviously were familiar with him watching him with FC Edmonton, but I'm wondering these days, does he keep surprising you with some of these goals?
No, because he does it all the time in training. He's a maverick. He's an artist. He's also a very good character that does work hard. I think sometimes his genius with the ball overweighs his work ethic. He will run all day for us, and I think that's the beauty. He loves the game. We've just got players around him that support him and coaches that give him the freedom to perform. But it's been special to work with him.